This weekend, Greater West Bloomfield's top creatives will pack the West Bloomfield Main Library to help you find the perfect book that's produced right here by people close to home. At the West Bloomfield Library's third annual local author fair, we are joined now by one of those authors you'll see this weekend, Larry Katz, right here on the Splash Live. Mr. Katz, thanks for joining us.
A pleasure. Please call me Larry.
I will do that. Thank you, Larry. Thanks for coming on the show. We're excited to have a bunch of our local authors at the Main Library this weekend to celebrate creativity. And we know West Bloomfield loves to read. How exciting is it for you as an author to have some of your original works be on display close to home here in our community for local readers?
It's a lot of fun. I'm very much looking forward to it. Every time I do these kinds of events, I get to meet people. They don't need to be baseball fans, baseball history fans. Just come up, say hi, talk about anything you want. You know, there's kind of a baseball connection to everything in life. And I try to make that point in the materials that I write in my books and my various articles. Baseball history is people, it's Americana, it's pretty much everything. So you come on in, let's talk, let's have some fun, because that's what it's about. It's fun. It's not that deep, it's not that heavy. I try to do some stuff that connects to viscerally to things that people can relate to. But even if they can't, just come by and let's talk and let's enjoy the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned, so much of baseball history, like with any other sport, is somewhat of a landmark in history for our communities. And so as you bring your works to the West Bloomfield Township Public Library, you mentioned baseball being a big part of that. Tell us a little bit about the piece that you're going to be presenting at the local author fair.
Well, this is a story of baseball before World War II. It's a completely different time. Yeah. I don't know if young people could relate to the challenges, the difficulties, all of the things that people were dealing with during the Great Depression and the looming World War II. So the people were struggling financially. They were worried. There was a lot of fear. Baseball presented an opportunity for people to connect. It's a continuation of American life, which never ceased, even throughout the entire World War II. The game continued on, unlike actually recently in the last few years where we've had strikes, and probably, unfortunately, we're going to have a lockdown soon. But during the period of time that I wrote about, and the book is called Baseball in 1939, the Watershed Season of the National Pastime. But my intention in writing the book was to bring together the past and then show how the future might look in light of the experiences that people were going through during this period of time, the pre-war era.
Larry, what's so compelling about the local author fair, and has been the first 2 years that's been hosted by the West Bloomfield Library, is not only getting to see these stories that are made by creatives in our community here in West Bloomfield and in neighboring areas, but to learn the journey of some of our local creatives into writing. Some people who never thought they'd be a writer at all. What did your journey look like?
Well, my journey started a long time ago. In 1989, that was my first foray into publishing. Prior to that, I guess you could call me a professional writer in the sense that I did a lot of legal writing before 1989. But in '89, my article on the 50th anniversary of the Baseball Hall of Fame was published by Sports Collectors Digest. And at that point, it kind of motivated me to think, well, maybe, I can actually write a book, which I did several years later. So my journey was from legal writing to writing a periodical to eventually writing a book. And that's what I've continued to do since then. So it's been a several decade journey to where we are today.
Larry Katz joins us on the Splash Live. He'll be one of many local authors at the 3rd Annual Local Author Fair happening Sunday, March 22nd from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the main library in the West Bloomfield Civic Center on Walnut Lake Road. Larry, this is a great event because it brings together authors that maybe aren't necessarily on the national scale. They're not New York Times bestsellers yet, but they could very well be there very soon, and allows people to have that interaction directly with people who are telling these stories. How does that excite you as a writer and maybe inspire you for some of your next works coming in the years ahead?
Yeah, it's exciting for people in the community to understand that all the writers aren't situated in New York or Connecticut. They're here, they're around you, and this is an opportunity for people to experience the relationship between the writer and the reader, because that relationship is essential, it's symbiotic. So for people to come in and have an opportunity to talk to people who may or may not share the same ideas, but there's no way you can come away not smiling and not having learned something about your neighbors.
Do you feel that this also helps you connect with other authors, and how maybe do those relationships help you grow as an author?
Well, we always say, we get to sit next to other nice people, and almost always their experiences are nothing like ours, other than our journey to writing. But even our journey to writing is not exactly what ours are. We get to learn from them, and we get to learn a little bit about the subject matters that they have written about. So there is a community, kind of an informal community of writers, usually sitting alongside one another. And, very often nobody comes by. We've had those experiences too. So we have each other. That's all we have, to talk to is, ourselves sometimes. But in any event, just to come and just experience a relationship between human beings. We all have something that we can share with one another that people would be interested in, and that we would be interested in hearing from them about.
And it gives people an opportunity in this particular instance to have that interface with local authors for authors to talk with other creatives and share ideas and share methods and share processes, experiences that may help them grow as an author, because as you mentioned, not everybody's in New York or Connecticut or has had a publisher take on their works or is under a contract. Many of them are first-time publishers. How does something like this from a local library in West Bloomfield help catapult authors from maybe dreaming of putting that work out or writing their first stories to making that a reality and showing them, I can actually do this?
I think it's wonderful that the West Bloomfield Library has a program like this, and I think this was their 3rd year that they've put a program like this together. And I think it's really great for people to have an opportunity to come in and not just pick up a book and walk out, but in this instance, to be able to come in, talk to the author, and then hopefully pick up a book and have something to read after their experience here locally. So the fact that the library is putting this out, they offer books, they offer research opportunities and various other things. But this is really something special when you have some authors come in and make themselves available and open themselves up to the local community. What could be bad? This is an event where only good can come. And then that's why I support it so much. And I'm so happy that I've been asked to appear.
Yeah, we're going to have lots of really friendly people there that are looking to share their creativity, share their stories, and so many people in our community that are enthusiastic about our library and about reading right here close to home in West Bloomfield. His book is Baseball in 1939, the Watershed season of the National Pastime. He'll be one of many authors at the local author fair happening on Sunday, March 22nd. Larry, anything else you'd like to say before we see you this weekend?
I would just say, come on in. You don't have to buy a book. Just come on in, say hi. We can talk about baseball, or we can talk about whatever you want. I know it's going to be fun. no, I don't just want to sit there by myself. I want people to come in, just come in and say hi. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm so happy and grateful that you had me on here today.
Always a pleasure speaking to our local authors and promoting what's going on over at our library. Larry, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.